Well, hello. How's everybody doing tonight? We got 100 people in the chats. What's up? What's up, everyone? I'm going to be honest. I know that I'm getting sick. I could feel it today. The temperature is changing. It was like 100 last week, and this week it was like 55 this morning. And I just feel it. Like I'm getting all stuffy up here, scratch in my throat. It's coming, but it's not all the way here yet. I was able to film 3 videos tonight, and now I'm going live. But I just feel like when I wake up tomorrow, like I'm gonna be done. So hopefully it clears up in the next couple of days. But if it's one of those like real bad ones where I'm down for the count for like the next 4 days, don't worry, I'll still have plenty of content. Stuff will be coming out. I've got like 10 videos filmed. But yeah, it'll be time for some rest and relaxation. But I thought I could get through tonight. I just don't know how long I'll be live tonight. We'll see how things go. Like if my voice starts to give out or something, I may have to end the stream. But we're going to talk about some stuff. There's some news to get into. Hit the like button, please, on your way in. I would appreciate that. You know, you come into a stream, you just hit the like button, and then you sit back and you can take it easy the rest of the night. That would be great. You know, it helps out the stream, it helps the channel, and I'd appreciate it. That's the YouTube thing to say, right? I am on YouTube. Sometimes I got to say YouTube things, and that's what I'm doing right now. Now, can you guys hear me? Can you guys hear me? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. We got Jake from Steelbook Obsessed in here asking what my favorite birthing scene is. What a weird question to ask, Jake. It's so weird. Oh my God. From Men. That's the best one. Have you seen that? Oh, thank you, Michelle. Everybody can hear me. Yeah, we're gonna be talking some Descent. There was a little bit of a mix-up this week, and I wanted to clear things up definitively, even though I haven't really talked about it on the channel yet. It's not like I talked about it in the physical media report because it was announced after. But we'll clear things up definitively tonight. Is Scream Factory doing it, like the director originally said, or is Lionsgate doing it? You know, because I got some information, and then of course they put stuff up on their website. We'll get into it. Okay. Hit the like button. I'm going to say that like 1,500 times. I do have some digital codes to give away tonight, guys. I got Better Off Dead and Sunset Boulevard. I got those. So I'll give away some digital codes tonight. But only if we hit some like goals. You know, we got to hit 100 likes before I give away the first code, and then 150 before I give away the second code. All right. But yeah, we'll get into some news stuff and whatever other shenanigans occurs tonight. I don't know. Who knows what's gonna happen, guys? It might get freaking crazy in here. 36 days until you're 40. Is that right, Kevin? How do you know that, Kevin? That's weird. Damn, Kevin. You remember my birthday? I think you're right. Hold on now. What is today? The 27th? Damn, you're right, Kevin. It is 36 days. I know. I'm freaking out. I tried to tell people like at the beginning of the year I was going to do all kinds of crazy erratic shit, and I feel like I've fulfilled all my promises there. But we'll see what the rest of the year holds for us. Better actor, Dave Franco or James Franco? I'd probably give it to Dave. I feel like Dave's got a little bit more range. James is pretty good though. Back in the day, he had some good films. Thoughts on I know I didn't see that one, Kevin. Top 5 John Wayne movies. Let's do it. Let's Rio Bravo, number 5. Is that too high for Rio Bravo? Rio Bravo, number 5. Number 4, Stagecoach. Number 3. Now keep in mind, I've probably only seen like 8 or 9 John Wayne films. Number 3, The Shootist. Number 2, The Searchers, and number 1 is The Man Who Shot Liberty Valance. That's what I would say. What's going on, Maria? We got Kevin Kruger in the chats. What's the next movie from the 50s you want on 4K? That's a damn good question, Kevin. And I don't have an answer for that. I mean, what's a 50s movie we need? Somebody let me know. I can't just think of stuff like that off the top of my head. 50s movies. I mean, I'm happy to see Kevin here again tonight. It's been a while, I feel like, since Kevin's been here. I mean, we got a lot of them. We got a lot of good 50s 4Ks. I'm gonna go with Big Deal on Madonna Street from 1958. That's what I'll say. It's one of my favorites. We got Kevin's back. I'm glad to see Kevin too. Collector Movie Man's here. Hey Ken, how are you doing? When are you and Michelle going to go live again? And do you think we're getting Gravity on 4K from Arrow Video? It's absolutely not Gravity. I already know what it is. It's Red Planets, and that's because they leaked all that stuff last week. Unless they throw a real curveball and it is Gravity, but like Red Planet was the space movie. Is Outland in space too? I don't know. I haven't seen Outland, but I would say Red Planet. You know, space. It makes sense that it would be that. That's what they're teasing because they're still acting like we don't know. You know, that's the funny thing with Arrow. Like they'll go all the way to Friday. They won't say a damn word about what they got, and even though we already know what they got because Zabi let the cat out of the bag. Top 5 90s Tom Hanks movies. Damn. That's tough. I mean, Forrest Gump's got to be number 1, right? Number 2, Apollo 13. Number 3, A League of Their Own. Number 4, Philadelphia. Number 5. See, I want to say Castaway. Castaway's not in there. I'd have to look through Tom Hanks' whole filmography. I was close. I got there. What's like an early 90s Tom Hanks? All movies of Saw on 4K. 4 of them are. Yep. Roll call. R6 Cover Tops is here. What's up, man? No, I probably won't go to the theaters to see that. I'll be honest, like I'm not crazy. I've seen the trailer like 100 times because they keep showing it. Like before I saw every movie in the theaters this summer, they showed that trailer, and I don't know. It doesn't look very good to me. I don't know. Call me crazy. It just doesn't. It doesn't look very good to me. But I'll watch it at some point. What's up, Willie? What's up, Willie Cinema? I don't have an Xbox 720. I've got a 360, and my Xbox 360 is not plugged in at the moment, so I don't play it a ton right now. I'm playing my PS3 right now, and I'm also playing the Switch. I just started Breath. I beat Mario Wonder. I got every single Wonder Seed over the weekend, and then I started Breath of the Wild. I'm still playing through Call of Juarez on my PS3. Bound in Blood. What's up, my ruin? Are you gonna buy the Halloween game? Yeah, I do. I plan to. Yeah, I plan to. Energy drinks. I mean, I've got these like morning like V8 drinks that are kind of like energy splashes. If those count, then pretty much every day. But if you're talking like just these type of energy drinks, like Alani or Monster or Ghost or something, it's like, it may be 2 a week or something like that. But I've been really bad with like Coke Zero recently. I've been drinking Coke Zero like crazy, like freaking crazy. The generic, the big K from Kroger, because I can't pay $11 for 12 cans of Coke Zero unless I find it on sale somewhere. So I pay $4 for 12 cans of Coke Zero generic version, and then I feel better about myself. And you know what? Like it honestly, like I like the taste. It tastes the same to me, so I don't even care. And that's more money for physical media at the end of the day. Who's with me on that? Does anybody think about that when you're in the grocery store shopping? You're like, I could get this name brand or I could get generic, save $2, and that $2 can go towards a future Blu-ray or 4K purchase. I have those thoughts. Will Arrow Video release Caddyshack on 4K? I mean, that would be cool. I'd be down with it. I just don't know if Arrow sees the value in comedies like that. Have they done a comedy? Have they done a straight up comedy on 4K recently? They seem to be leaning way more into horror recently. Um, they just don't tackle a lot of comedies. I would love it if they did, but they just don't do it too often. So I don't see it happening. I see Warner Brothers doing that. I mean, they did Vacation. I could see them doing Caddyshack. Yeah, Adrian, what's going on, man? The best horror movie of 2025. It's between Weapons or Together. I really like Together and I really liked Weapons, and I can't decide. Sinners is really good too. It honestly might be a three-way tie, but honestly, Sinners I think is just a really good movie that kind of turns into a horror movie in the last 20 minutes. I don't even know if I would put that all the way into the horror category. I mean, it is. It's a horror film. But for the purposes of this question, you're asking me like the best horror film of the year. I mean, you could say Weapons is a lot of that is like a thriller. So I think the best like pure horror maybe Together. I like Together a lot. I'll give it to Together. All movies of Saw in 4K. Any leaks or speculation on what Vinegar Syndrome titles? I have no idea. I know they usually put out like we can get into that tonight too. Let me bring that up to because they got their Labor Day sale starting tomorrow night, don't they? Which I may go live and talk about that. See, yeah, their site's down right now. Um, let me bring it up real quick. I'm not gonna get on live tomorrow night, but maybe Friday nights or Saturday night because I'm off an extra day this weekend. If I'm not feeling too bad, provided I don't get like super sick. I may get on here and just like cover the sale, maybe throw out some recommendations or something. Let's see. I just I just don't want them to like here's all right, hold on. Our website will reopen exactly at 12:01 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on Friday, August 29th for the Vinegar Academy Labor Day sale. Hundreds of VS sub-label and partner label out-of-print titles dropping daily. All right, so I mean, yeah, I'm probably gonna spend some money. Shit. Uh damn it. VSMC punch card campaign to earn $1,500 bonus points. I probably got some bonus points built up already. New releases and merch dropping on September the 1st. Okay, so all their new releases are dropping September the 1st, but I'm pretty sure their sale will still be going. So that's going to be Monday. Maybe if we don't have any plans, since I'll be home on Monday, I might go live during the day, like when the titles actually drop. I haven't got to do that in a long time. That's if we don't have plans already. If we got plans, and the wife made plans, and then I got to do those. But if I got time to come down here at noon and maybe just react to the titles and go over to the sale, maybe that's when I'll go live and talk about it. I mean, that'll be the same day as the physical media report, so you'll get double the content that day. You'll get that, and then you'll get the physical media report later on that day. But yeah, maybe that's what I'll do because then I can get on here and react to all the announcements and everything. But there's going to be 3 Vinegar Syndrome, 1 VSL, 1 VSA, 1 Cinematography, and 1 DPix. And a brand new sub label. Oh, damn. They're freaking announcing a brand new sub label. And then 19 new partner label releases. Shit. So it's a light month for Vinegar Syndrome then. All right. Let's see. But no, I have no idea what they're doing, to be honest. I haven't even thought about it. I like Vinegar Syndrome because their stuff doesn't get leaked too much, and I can just be surprised. Like I like to be surprised sometimes, guys. I really do. I don't like to be in the know sometimes. Like people will message me stuff all the time, and I'll be like, I don't want to know. Like I like to be surprised sometimes. Like it's very exciting. Like when noon hits and I boot up Vinegar Syndrome website, what do they got? A lot of times it's like, nothing I'm interested in. But sometimes like it's like a Congo or something. I'm like, hell yeah, freaking Congo. Thank you, Amanda. I appreciate that. The mask will get a 4K box set. They showed it. We got 203 people in the chat, guys. If you haven't hit the like button, hit the like button. And do we have any we're still at 74 likes. We got to get to 100 and I'll give away the digital code for Better Off Dead. Can't hear you. Are you kidding me, Ron? You gotta be messing with me. Pet Cemetery versus Child's Play 3. That's a tough one. I love both those movies. Damn. I guess I'll say Pet Cemetery, but it's close. It's very close. It's very close. Mostly because it just stands on its own and Child's Play is the third one, and it's not even the best of that franchise. Patrick Williams, what's going on, man? What's going on, Lenny? We got Fat Yeti in here. Can anyone clear up what the hell the difference is between the 15-pack Hitchcock collection versus the old one? The old one seems to have a ton of extras and 10-hour TV bonus extras. So I mean, the new set's a 4K set. So that's the big difference. The old set, the Blu-ray set, I never owned that, so I don't know what that has like compared to the new ones. But from what I understand, like the new sets they did, like Volume 1, Volume 2, and Volume 3, they had all the same special features. I don't know if they had the 10-hour like TV episodes though. So I don't know about that. Um, but yeah, I don't think there's a ton of difference. Do your kids watch movies on physical media? They're streaming. And they honestly, like, unless they're watching stuff with me or my wife, they don't watch movies. They're watching YouTube. They're watching my son watches anime. He's gotten like into anime, so he'll be watching like some anime shows and stuff. And maybe some of that's movies. I don't know, but like he plays games, watch YouTube. My daughter watches YouTube, plays games. It sucks. But my daughter does like she'll get on a kick where she'll get into a show. She actually watched Squid Game. Like she got really into Squid Game when my wife and I were watching it, and she ended up watching. It's probably a horrible thing for her to watch, but she watched the second half of season 2, and got like really into it by herself. And she watched Goosebumps by herself, so she'll get into stuff randomly, but most of the time it's just YouTube. What's going on, Steve? What's up, Lutulo? How you doing, man? What's up, Jay Manley? How you doing? What's going on, man? Why you keep asking that, Brino? It's just the first 4. 78, Halloween 78, of course. Godfather's 2 versus Porky's 2. I haven't seen Porky's 2, I'll be honest. So the Godfather 2, for sure. Hardly the Goats. Hope the Descent is coming from Scream Factory. Will not buy if Lions get limited steelbook. Well, you might be disappointed. All right. What's going on, Jerison? What's up, Abyss? Hey, Ken, how are you? I've heard the Descent is being released by Lionsgate Limited. Also, did you see the new Return to Silent Hill teaser trailer? I did not. I did not. I love the Silent Hill games, though. The last one I remember playing and beating was Homecoming, and that was back in 2009, so it's been a while. What's up, Jerison? It is smoking. It's smoking. It's party time. PRRT. Why? Because I like it. Or because I got it. Sorry. Jeff, let's see. Sherlock Home Remedies LLC. Bah. Aaron Click is here. Hello, everybody. What's up, Aaron? What's up, not JPEG? Let's see. They are. Do you just want me to I'm trying not to get her sick, Edward. I'm trying not to. I really am trying to stay away. My daughter's sick. She's been sick the past couple of days. So she always brings it into the house. This is what happens. They go back. Now it could be the weather, like I said, but they go back to school and my daughter picks up viruses and germs. She comes home, she gets sick, and then she gets the whole house sick. That's how it works out every single year, August, September, when they go back to school. Same old shit. What's up, Van Gool? Yeah, we'll talk about the Descent here in a second. Thank you, Jason. What's up, Huck? Sorry to hear you're not feeling well. Hope you're back. Yeah, I'm hoping to. Usually, like when this happens, I'm down for the count for like at least 3 days. But the good thing about that is I just come down here and lay on the couch and I get to catch up on some movies. So that's one good thing about that. Have you seen the updated pics of this? I have seen that. I'll post about that on my Instagram too. What is your favorite summer film of this year? Oh, I mean, there might be another one, but if Weapons counts, probably Weapons. Probably Weapons. Or together, like I said. Can't we be wearing the headband from the Cobra Kai box set tonight? I did unbox that tonight, Michelle, and that video is wild. That video is wild. No, I didn't take the headband out. I did show it off though. Anybody seen Scooby? Is it better or worse than Velma? I haven't seen Scooby. What's going on, Saturn Video? How you doing, buddy? Hope you're doing well. The fall is coming soon. Yeah, it is. It just got real cold, like quick, all of a sudden. Thank you, Maria. Dude, that's what I want. I mean, I want Second Sight to do it, but that's not what was said by the director. But he was also wrong about who was putting it out in the States. So maybe he was wrong about who's putting it out over there. So I don't know. I hope to my knowledge, that was never like talked about actually, other than just something I wanted. But Ken's thoughts on international, but I was gonna cover that, but then I would have to do like a ton of research I didn't have time to do, and I don't even know what's going on. I did see that where Australia wasn't shipping to the US anymore, like at all, like their postal service wasn't shipping over here. So then I was like, what does this mean for Umbrella and Imprint? Like, are we still gonna get that stuff? Like, what if you pre-ordered an Umbrella release like free or something, and are you not gonna get it now? Like, what's going on? To my understanding, like the Australian situation, like they're on pause while they figure out the whole like tariff thing, then they'll resume. So hopefully that doesn't take too long. Um, but the whole like, see, I didn't even know it was like set at $800 before. Like that's how much I know. So apparently it was set at $800. If you spent less than 800, then you didn't have to take a tariff charge. Is my understanding. And now it's like 150 or something. Is that what it is? I think it's like 150, which is very low. You pretty much like maybe if you get one second site release or one umbrella release that's cheaper, like if you get one of those umbrella releases that's $200, then you're not going to be able to import it without a tariff charge. So yeah, I mean that sucks. That sucks. I mean, I don't know how that's gonna like. I saw Diabolic DVD. They put out some kind of a post. I can bring that up. And they basically said, "We're not gonna pass on the charge of the tariffs to you guys," or something. Or maybe they just meant for, like, the pre-orders. I don't know if they were throwing shade towards Orbit or anybody else or what exactly was going on there, but I just saw that post and shared it, I remember. Let me share this. I mean, there's a lot of stuff going on, guys. It's hard to keep up with everything. Yeah, so this is what Diabolic DVD posted, and they do a lot of if you're not familiar with Diabolic, they do a lot of the importing to their website, and then you can buy it off their website if you're in the States, and you don't have to pay, like, import costs and stuff, just a regular shipping fee. For 25 years, Diabolic has been your source for imports from around the world. If ordering in the US, you can feel safe locking in your pre-orders and not worrying about extra tariffs and custom fees, when your order arrives. Okay, so if you're ordering in the US, you can feel safe locking in pre-orders and not worrying about extra tariffs and custom fees when your order arrives. So they're basically saying that they're not going to put the tariffs on it right now, but as soon as this goes into effect, then they could be putting the tariff charge in, is what I read from this. But yeah, yeah. Yeah, I mean it's all very, you know, I don't want to get into like the details on tariffs and get into that whole like political territory, but it definitely sucks, you know. I think entertainment stuff should kind of just be exempt from that anyway, because you're literally importing things that you cannot get in the States. Like it's stuff that can only be made over there because that's where these companies exist. So I don't know. Like I get it for stuff that is made overseas that could be made in the States, but it's not like Umbrella's gonna move over here and start making their stuff in the States. So it just feels kind of pointless and just shitty. Um, but that's my 2 cents on it. Let's see. Nice. What's up, Rob? The Brood is the best birthing scene. I've only seen The Brood once. It's been a little bit, so you're probably right though. I'll take your word for it. Mimic or the Mutilator? I'll say Mimic because I haven't seen the Mutilator, and I haven't even seen Mimic in years. I do have a media book of it though. Um, Steelbook Obsessed was in the house. Have you watched Train Spotting or SL? I have not. I need to though. At least when you're sick, you can catch up on physical media backlog. And Man is Crazy answer to favorite birthing scenes. I like that movie though, and that was a pretty wild ass birthing scene. I mean, what am I gonna say? I don't even know. I can't even think of anything else. I can't. I can't think of anything. The end of Knocked Up when she gives birth, I mean, it was a pretty funny scene, right? That's pretty funny. Maybe I'll say that, you know, where he walks in and he goes, "I shouldn't have went in there. Don't go in there." You think I'm gonna fucking go in there? That's the last place I want to go. Yo, Ken, what's up, man? What's up, PP Dangler? How you doing, buddy? Favorite stand-up comedian actors. I mean, Robin Williams. I mean, he's got to be the GOAT, right? I mean, Eddie Murphy. Probably the two best, I would say. But I mean, pretty much every comedic actor started off in stand-up. Adam Sandler. I mean, Freddy Got Fingered has the best birth scene. It's a pretty good one. It's an admirable birth scene. It's worth mentioning for sure. What's up, Media Galore? Sweet. Oh yeah, Padme giving birth and then she just dies. No. I want my $2. This is 40. That's a good one. Why do you keep asking that? No, I didn't know that. I didn't know that. Yeah, Kevin's cool though. I like Kevin. Hey everyone, hope your night's going well, says Brad Hawk Talk. Well, I hope your night's going well too, Brad Hawk Talk. Mars Monster, I've been wondering when they would release the Descent on 4K. I love that. I've been talking about it for years. I remember making a video like back in 2021 talking about wanting the Descent on 4K. And the funny thing is, as I think in that video, I said that Screen Factory should do it. So that just goes to show you how my thoughts on Screen Factory has changed to where now I'm like, no, not Screen Factory, please. Not that I don't think they would do a good job on the 4K, they would. And at the end of the day, that should be all that matters, right? But it's like, for that type of movie, I want the premium treatment, you know. I want that frailty treatment. I want that second sight treatment for that movie. But that's just that's my subjective opinion because I love that movie. I think it deserves it. I think that might be the best horror film of the 2000s, to be honest. A new Spider-Man film with another person playing Spider-Man. No, it's still what's his face? Tom Holland. Yeah, I haven't seen it. I've heard good and bad things about it. Ever seen the miniseries The Last Dawn? I have not. Yeah, it's a good one to pick. The Quiet Man I need to watch, yeah. The Quiet Man. I've heard about that one. I need to watch it. Yeah, you're right. And Warner Archive was the last person to put out that Blu-ray, and they're doing 4Ks now, and they're doing excellent 4Ks. So, like, why not? They just announced The Curse of Frankenstein. Like, they could do the thing from Another World next. I could totally see them doing that. Nice slipcover. Could be awesome. Let's see. Kim, what are your top 5 worst performances you've seen in a big studio movie, or 3 if you can think of 5? I don't know if I can think of 5 worst performances off the top of my head. Damn. That would be hard for me to think of, honestly. Like, I don't feel like I'm ever like, oh god, that was just a bad performance when I see like a mainstream movie. I mean, yeah, that'd be one I had to give some thought to, Aaron. I'm sorry, I can't go off the cuff with that. Or I'd just be talking out my ass. Yeah. Well, let's go ahead and get into it, guys. So I thought about making a video on this, but I was like, nah, I'll just cover it live. Let me bring this up. So a few days ago, it might have been a couple of days ago, the director of The Descent, Neil Marshall, on his Instagram was just talking about how they were at the premiere of his newly remastered 4K release of The Descent. And he was talking about it, how it's an amazing day and the film looks stunning on the big screen at the whatever that theater name is. Sorry. But somebody in the comments section, Adam Sweeney, said, which company is releasing the 4K edition? Thanks. He's asking the important questions, the questions we all want to know. And Neil Marshall fires back and says, Path in the UK, which I've heard of Path, but I don't think I have anything from Path. And then he said Shout in the US. So then everybody was like, okay, well, that means Scream Factory. Scream Factory's doing The Descent. Which at first, like when I heard it, I was like, okay, well, cool. At least it's coming to 4K. I'm excited it's coming to 4K. Scream Factory will do a good job. And, since it's a higher profile release, it'll probably have new features and stuff like that. It'll be a good release. Scream Factory, believe it or not, I'm pretty down on them this year. They've done some great stuff in the past. They've done some great releases. It's not like they're not capable of doing great stuff. But I'll admit I was disappointed because it's like you're just going to get the basic slipcover. And look, some people, they want that, right? Because that means it's cheaper. And I totally get that. Sometimes I feel the same way about other movies that I like, but just don't like enough to want to pay $60 to get a box set. So I get that. But they're like, well, if anybody else releases it, it'll be $50, $40 steelbook, whatever. At least with Scream Factory, I can get a $30 4K off of Amazon and just be done with it. And again, I totally understand that. I totally get it. But for me, I was disappointed because this is one that I would love to see Second Sight Films do, Arrow Video do, Lionsgate, of course, was on my mind. And I thought it was pretty much like since we got those slipcovers show up at Walmart's and one of them was The Descent, I was like, okay, well, because I didn't realize Lionsgate had The Descent. I was like, okay, well, this is a no-brainer. Like, this has got to be coming. Because the same thing happened with It Follows, and then we saw it come out from Lionsgate. So this has got to be coming from Lionsgate. So when they announced it was Shout, I was like, oh shit, what happened? Because this was just a Lionsgate title. Now Lionsgate's licensing to Shout. That didn't feel right. Anyway, that's whatever. They go on to talk about the sound. That's great news. Can you reveal if we get Dolby Atmos with the release or DTS HD Master Audio 5.1? And Neil Marshall replied back, don't know yet, but would assume since they've done such a great job with the picture, they will make the sound as good as possible. So he didn't really answer right there. But anyway, I actually had somebody from Lionsgate reach out to me because I shared this in my story, kind of expressing my disappointment with Scream Factory releasing it. And I was hoping that somebody else would release it. And they replied to me and they said, we're releasing it, Lionsgate, and we're adding tons of new features with the director and all that stuff. And she basically said, I don't know why he said it was Shout because he's been working with us for the past few months. So he must have just had a slip of the tongue. Memory got all jumbled up. It happens, guys. I get all messed up at my age. I don't know how old Neil Marshall is, but he looks like he's getting up there, maybe 50s, mid 50s, something like that. So I get it, So he just kind of misspoke and was thinking again, like he must have had Shout on the brain for something. Maybe he's working with Shout. I mean, he's worked with Shout in the past for what was the recent one that he did with Shout? Doomsday. Like he did that recently. So of course he's worked with Shout before. So maybe Shout was just on his mind when he did it. I mean, Dog Soldiers was also Shout as well, but that was also Second Sight. So he's worked with Second Sight too. But yeah, so I mean, it's an honest mistake. But anyway, she confirmed with me that Lionsgate was doing it. And then we got further confirmation because I think this went up today on the actual Lionsgate Limited website that a steelbook is coming soon for The Descent. So I think that they just put this on there because they're like, we got to go ahead and tell people this is coming. And I'll be honest, I'm excited Lionsgate's doing it. Lionsgate's great. They're going to do a great job. They're going to add special features. They're going to add value, and I'm a fan of that. But I would have loved for this to be a release like Frailty, like that box set. I think this movie deserves that. I really think it does. But on the plus side, because it's a steelbook, it'll probably be $34.99. I'm assuming because that's what a lot of their newer steelbooks have been. They seem to have dropped those down a little bit for the newer steelbooks, and so it'll be a decent price to get this. I'd say for $34.99 to get the Descent on 4K with hopefully loads of new special features will be pretty awesome. So, but again, for me, like this movie deserves like that. I just like my chunky boxes, guys. What do you want me to say? What do you want me to say? You want me to lie to you? I'm not gonna lie to you. I like the stuff. I like the packaging. What do you? You know, I'm not a huge Steelbook fan. I like the Lionsgate Steelbooks with the slipcovers. They're cool. But it's like, I'd much rather have that chunky box, you know? So for me, like when I first heard, oh, Lionsgate's doing this, it's going to be like the big hard box, like Frailty. Like, I just feel like this movie deserves that. Anyway, let me know what you guys think. We're going to get out. We're going to shut this off. We're going to shut the whole live stream off. I'm leaving. See y'all later. 38 minutes. We did good, right? We did good. All right, let me take a drink. Have they never worked together? They need to do like an action film together or something. Or like a really raunchy comedy. I think that would work too. Yeah, Clown in the Cornfield. I talked about that 4K Steelbook, Dave James. I talked about that. Yeah, that'd be cool if we got both of those anniversaries. I haven't seen that, John. No, I haven't seen that. I haven't heard, but I would assume they're probably working on the Roger Moore collection next, for sure. Didn't we just get? No, we got Forbidden World, Forbidden Planet. Yeah, that's the 50s one. I got you. From what I hear, I mean, Red Shirt Pictures is working on that, and it's not going to hit this year, I don't think. Maybe. I mean, last year with Trick or Treat, we got that announcement like what, right before Halloween? It was like the week before Halloween or something. So maybe if they want to get it out by Halloween, we can get that announcement this year. I don't see it happening because, like, when we started hearing rumblings of Trick or Treat, it was a full like year and a half before that came out. And we heard about Friday Night 2 coming to 4K, I think early this year, like maybe February or March. So it's probably, I want to say, next summer that we'll see that. Maybe next fall. I don't know. I could be wrong though. It could be this Halloween because we have the Prom Night series coming too, and that I think that definitely will be coming next year. But who knows? They take their time over there at Synops and Red Shirt Pictures, but you know what? They do a quality product, so that's okay. That's okay. Toy Story 2. Is there a birthing scene in that, Saturn? Is that what you're talking about? Oh, of course, Toy Story. Big's in the 80s. That's not 90s. Oh yeah, Saving Private Ryan, definitely a big one. But yeah, Toy Story I would put in there. I put in there. Oh my god, how did I forget the Green Mile? The green it would probably be Forrest Gump and then the Green Mile for me. I actually think that Forrest Gump's too iconic and too important for me. But I think Tom Hanks' like best performance, second best behind Castaway, is the Green Mile. I freaking love the Green Mile. Yeah, I forgot. I knew I forgot about so many. There's not five to name. Number one, Thunderbolts. Number two, um, Fighting with My Family, and that's it. That's all. Alvin and the Chipmunks, cartoons or movies? Cartoons. I like the cartoon movie. It's been years since I've seen it, but I would love a 4K of that. Yeah, Tom Hanks did own the 90s. He was the biggest actor in the 90s for sure. Um, Synopsis Films takes forever with a 4K stuff. Prom night for yeah, I mean they take forever because it's pretty much like a 1-2 man show over there. It's like it's just Michael Felcher and you know, Don May, and they're like doing pretty much everything. So it takes a while because their team's very small. And they do shit right. They're just very meticulous and they just make sure stuff's done right. I mean, you can't hate on that in a world where everybody jumps to complain about everything. You know, you can't blame people for taking their time and putting stuff out that's pretty much complaint proof. Um, the Halloween game looks pretty cool since it's not a multiplayer game for once. That's why I'm excited because the idea of having like a single player campaign with Michael like stalking people, go around to different houses, that sounds freaking awesome. Bring Her Back was pretty good. I didn't hate it. My wife hated it. There's something there. I'm gonna rewatch it. There was something there. I liked it better than Talk to Me. I definitely liked it better than Talk to Me. I didn't like to Talk to Me was okay too, but I thought it was way overhyped. But again, that's always subjective, right? But Bring Her Back, like there was something really like just sinister but also like there was some real like genuine heart and emotion to it. And I may need to rewatch that one at some point. I did not hate that one though. I didn't hate it. Probably yet next year, Brino. Probably next year. I'd say the other 3 will come out next year, and I mean, we already got Jigsaw and Saw X and Spiral. Those are already on 4K, so all we need is Saw 5, Saw 6, and Saw 7, and I'd say probably next year you'll see those. You know, because if it's Halloween, it must be Saw. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, 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 dun. Ghost in the Darkness, over or underrated? I haven't seen it. I haven't seen it, sorry. Caddyshack needs out. It does. I don't even buy food so I can spend it on physical media. Well, unfortunately, I have to because I got kids that are growing and they just are freaking garbage disposals at this point. I'm spending so much at the grocery store, it's ridiculous. Um, I mean, I don't think any energy drinks are really healthy or good for you, but the ones I drink in the morning aren't too bad because they got juice in them. Um, Yeah, Zelda's pretty good. I mean, I like the Mario games too, but I haven't played too much. I just haven't gamed too much in the last ever since I started YouTube. Like I barely had time to play video games. But now I'm getting to the point where I'm like, I need to just cool it sometimes on the movies and the YouTube and take an actual break and have some time for myself to do stuff. And the gaming is kind of like my escape. But now I've like thought about starting up a gaming channel. As soon as I do that, then it's the same thing, you know. So I don't know. Accents here and OP indicator as a label in their 4K. So I haven't seen I don't even know if I've seen an indicator 4K to be honest. I don't know if I've seen it. But thank you so much for the super chat, Accent. Let me give you a little super clip for your troubles. Hell yeah. All right, everybody getting into their favorite horror movies of the year. I mean, it's definitely been an interesting year for horror. See, Haas Pizza says Bring Her Back's the best horror of the year. Yeah, it didn't hit me like that. Yeah, I liked Weapons. I liked Weapons a lot. But I liked Together a lot too. So, New York Ripper. I haven't seen either. I haven't seen either. Your name and titles I haven't seen. I have them both though. I think they will. I think they definitely will. Huck likes Hard Eyes. I was not a fan of Hard Eyes. I really was not. Um, I thought that I thought it tried to do too much. It was trying to be a romantic comedy and and a serious like slasher, brutal slasher film at the same time, and they just did not connect them well in that movie. Some movies can do that very well, blend the comedy with the horror. Something about that movie to me, it just didn't connect. You know, it felt like a romantic comedy over here and a horror slash over here, and it just never connected for me. Um, so I wasn't a huge fan. I didn't like Drop either. I didn't like The Monkey that much. So there's a few that just kind of were duds for me this year. We got Roberts, Gia Chinta. Would you leave your family forever if it meant we got Surf Ninjas and an Arrow 4K box set? I would. Um, no, absolutely not. Just in case my wife's watching. I don't think she is. Um, no, but if we got Surf Ninjas, Don't Tell Mom the Babysitter's Dead, and Suburban Commando, in a heartbeat. They're gone. They're toast. I'm leaving on a jet plane. Thank you so much, Robert, for the very thought-provoking question. Uh, well, thank you, JPEG. Hope you have a great night. I didn't see that, Marky Mark. I didn't see that. Travis. Oh yeah, I could make a whole video on the comments of that video. You're good, Travis. You know what? Here's the thing. I ask you all my videos to let me know your thoughts in the comment section. So I should never be surprised when you all let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Like that's literally what I'm asking you to do. So whatever you feel about what I'm saying, as long as it's like, respect, you're not just sitting there like calling me a bunch of names or something and just like cussing me out. But if it's a well articulated comment, just voicing your opinion, whether it agrees with me or doesn't agree with me, I respect that. So, and that's what I ask for. That's what I want. I want honest opinions. You guys want me to be honest. I want you to be honest in the comment section. So never apologize about your comments if that's what you want to say. I respect it. Let's see. Yeah, and of course, it's the most important. Of course, the disc, the movies are the most important, but sometimes when it comes to those big collector's editions, like I can watch a lot of those movies probably on streaming. I can probably watch them on Tubi. So if I really want to watch them, I can find other ways to watch them. I mean, Kino's put out a bunch of those movies. I'm sure there's DVDs I can find at like Goodwill, some of those movies or other thrifting spots. So if I want to watch them, I can watch them. But if I'm going to spend $180 like on a box set, like, to me, it may be a little stupid, like, petty thing, but to leave the booklet out of 1,500 of your 2,500 already limited run, like, it just seems silly. Like, why would you do that? And to me, it's like, "No, I'm not gonna get this." I'm like, "Because you did it, because that was you could have easily just put the booklet in all 2,500, like, and made it a complete box set. Maybe you wanted to exclude make the posters exclusive, fine. But to me, like, if the booklet's a part of the box set, then put it in all of them. Why would you exclude that? Like, I don't know, guys. Just the collector in me, I just couldn't do it. I just couldn't do it. And I wanted to talk about it. So I talked about it. There you go. Um, I used to like the Deftones a lot. I listened to them a lot. I had not listened to them in years though. That probably the last album I bought was Minerva, which is like 2003. But I love the White Pony. I listened to all that stuff when I was in high school. I was huge into like alternative rock and all that stuff. Um, dude, that would be badass. I would I would love the Page Master too. Uh, yeah, I mean they're all in on steelbooks, man. It's like they think that's all we like. It's like somebody's got to like turn that mindset around. Like we don't know we like box sets. We like a slipcover too. Um, yeah, I just talked about that Melvin on a physical media report recently. It's sometime in October, I want to say. I think it's in October. Um, thank you, Aaron. I think we did hit over 100 likes, so I can give away a digital code now. I can give away Better Off Dead. I'm excited to watch this movie because I've never seen Better Off Dead. I will say, as far as John Cusack, if you're going to put out more John Cusack movies on 4K, I would love High Fidelity. I would love Gross Point Blank. I would love Say Anything. And I would love Identity as well. So there you guys go. Anybody wants this digital code? Have at it. The next one I'll give out is for Sunset Boulevard. Definitely Alien. Definitely Alien. That movie, like the atmosphere of that film, there's just something about it. I love Aliens though. Aliens is great too, but like I love the more like horror vibe of the first one. It's just one of the best movies of all time to me. Uh it's Steve. Oh, please Steve. Oh, I think we got more super chats and I freaking didn't get to them. I'm sorry. Carrie Witt, is that Clockwork on LL? You get any LL fines? Huh? Is that Clockwork? What are you talking? You got to be more specific, Carrie. Is that Clockwork on LL? Oh, you're talking about Lionsgate Limited? I mean, I'm sure it's either going to be in October. I think they said it was a November announcement. I think it's coming in November. I don't think it's coming in October if you're trying to figure out the release date. Accent says my side chick broke up with me after I chose to see Weapons with the Boys instead of taking her to dinner. Worth it. Also opinions on chicken soup. I mean, I wouldn't be sitting here talking about your side chick in a live stream live in front of everybody, but what's your main chick gonna think about that? My opinions on chicken soup, I enjoy it. I'll probably when I'm sick, and I'll probably have a bowl of chicken soup tomorrow, actually. But any other time, I'm not a huge fan of it. I don't just want to eat chicken soup like on a regular basis. But thank you so much for the super chat. Let me give you a little. This is what I think about your side chick breaking up with you because you saw Weapons.
It stinks! Someplace stinks!
Let's see. Oh, Heroic Waffles is here. What's going on, buddy? How you doing, Heroic Waffles? Waffles, are you still making videos? Because I don't feel like I've seen you upload a video in a long time. I remember you being like one of the early channels I followed on here when I started my channel. I just wanted you to know that. So if you haven't made a video, come back and make a video. What's your favorite anime movie of all time, Ken? I can't say because I don't watch anime. But we are getting ready to watch Spirited Away because I did buy the Steelbook. I don't know if we'll ever get that. There's a lot of rights they gotta jump through. A lot of rights hoops. What's going on, Captain Horror? How you doing, buddy? How you doing? We need that. Yeah, I'm surprised that Shout hasn't done that. I'm really surprised. Is that Fox? Yeah, it's on their website. Yeah, this is Physical Media After Dark, Matt. Thank you for being here. They really are. Oh, we got KB in the chat. Me and KB talked about a fun little movie called Sing Streets from 2016 on his channel last night. That movie is maybe one of the most important movies of my life to me, and I love it. And KB watched it for the first time, and I went on his channel to talk about it. So if you haven't seen Sing Street, it's from 2016. Nobody ever talks about it, and it's one of the most charming, like 80s inspired films ever. Just about a group of kids that start a band, and it's got a great original soundtrack. Watch it on Netflix tonight or tomorrow, and you will be charmed. Your pants will be charmed straight off. That's what will happen. But thank you. Go check out the stream after you watch the movie. Me and KB's conversation on his channel. Two guys and a secretary. That's why it takes so long for 4K releases. Guys kill the extras by themselves. And say, I know, man. I mean, Michael Felcher's like one of the best guys in the game. He's red shirt pitchers. And if you watch all them Screen Factor releases, Vestron releases, like everything, like you'll see red shirt pitchers pop up all the time. Like he's responsible for maybe like it feels like 50 or 60% of all the special features we've gotten for these boutique releases, at least horror movies, for like the past 10 years, or longer than that. Like he goes back to the DVD era, but like the boutique Blu-ray era, like he's done so much. He's like a one-man show. Just incredible. The Arrow TMNT 4K is $70 on Amazon. It is. I meant to link that, but yeah, it's down to a good price on Amazon right now. No, I didn't because I had most of those already. Most of those I picked up back in the day during the Best Buy days when you can just go in store and grab them for $20, or order them online. So I didn't need them. Yeah, it's so good. I remember seeing that in the theaters. Oh my god, it was such a breath of fresh air in the 2000s because 2000s was all freaking remakes and Saw and Hostel, and I saw all those movies too, but it's like, nah. Guys, I'm way behind on the chat. I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to miss some people. I'm sorry. I suck. I want to see Jaws. I do. I'm gonna try to go fast, guys. Yeah. Yeah. Intruder is supposed to come out too in 4K. Umbrella just did a release of that. Yeah, I mean, that's the that's the thing with Lionsgate. It's like they're gonna do the work and they're gonna give you a good release with new features. and but, it's gonna be a little bit extra than just the standard regular release. That's I know that's the problem everybody has, but it is what it is. And I mean, I wouldn't say garbage is on Amazon. I mean, unless you think the Saw films are garbage, unless you think the films are garbage, but the actual editions look really good. They got new features on them. So, I would love that. Isn't Friday Warner Brothers? Isn't Friday like, could we maybe get an Arrow box set of Friday too? That would be cool. Superman was okay. I didn't dislike it. I didn't love it, but I didn't dislike it. My wife went to the theaters on Saturday night and saw K-pop Demon Hunters by herself, and it's the first movie she's ever seen in the theaters by herself, and I still have no idea why she did it. I was like, "I didn't even realize you liked that movie that much." My wife and daughter watched it on Netflix, but they got a good selection of spaghetti westerns, especially all those box sets. No, I haven't. Like I said, I just don't game a lot anymore. But I played the original Silent Hill 2 on PS2 back in the day, and I mean, I freaking loved it. That's one of the scariest games of all time. I remember playing that in a dark room, and it just scared the shit out of me. Um, I'd say like the 2 games that I have vivid memories of scaring me, actually like really scaring me. None of them were Resident Evil games. Um, Silent Hill 2 and Dead Space, the first Dead Space. That game got under my skin too. All right. Oh, Garrett's inviting me to the show tomorrow night. Damn. I would love to. Maybe. You just have to hit me up tomorrow and see how I feel. If I'm still sick like I am right now. But staying up to midnights when I gotta be up at 5 AM, it gets rough. It gets rough. But if you reach out to me and you really want me to join, I might. I just might. And Garrett's probably already out of here by now because that was 32 minutes ago. I bit the bullet and got Karate Kid set. I doubt they revisit that franchise for a long time now that Legends didn't perform well. Well, I bit that bullet too, and I'll be talking about it soon. That's all I'm gonna show. If you follow me on Instagram, you know the story behind what's coming in the video. But yeah. All right. Oh, that was a good birthing scene too. Yeah, that was a good birthing scene too. Yeah, if you start bringing them up, I'll remember them. Uh, yeah. It's not a real birthing scene, but yeah, it is. That's a birthing scene. That counts, doesn't it? Yeah, that probably is the best, Ace Ventura. Well, now that I know the story behind it, it's Stanley Kubrick's wife that came up with the artwork, whatever. I mean, it's kinda cool they went back and did that kinda like callback artwork, but it still doesn't make the artwork that good. Like, I still don't think it's that great. I would have preferred something else, but, you know. I actually got plans to do that. I told my wife because she was like, "I wanna watch This Is 40" the other night. I'm like, "I'm watching that when I turn 40, like, because it just feels appropriate." That's one of my favorite comedies for sure. Yeah, I need to check that out. I've been wanting to check it out, but I've been hearing such divisive opinions on it. I don't know if I want to, um, waste my time. But if you're saying it's good, like, if I hear enough people say it's good, I just feel like I've been hearing more bad than good. Yeah, the Fright Night Steelbook is back on Zavi. Uh, what was the second teaser? I don't remember. Was there a second teaser on Lionsgate Limited? Did I miss that? I did see the home on here. Meatballs, Requiem, High Tension. I don't see another teaser on here because they announced the home. I only see the Descent. What was the other teaser? Yeah, it already has a sequel. Um, I mean, to be honest, that movie doesn't need sequels. Like it was just a perfect like movie by itself. It doesn't really need a franchise or a sequel because then it's just gonna get shitty. And I never watched the sequel to be honest. Um, yeah, I saw that. I saw that. Yeah, I mean, if you want to count that, I guess. LFL 83, what's going on, man? Neil Marshall's 108, maybe. Um, yeah, yeah, it's been since I think 2018 since I watched it. It's been a few years. Um, yeah, The Descent's fantastic. The thing about The Descent is that it's like super tense and terrifying, like before the creatures even get introduced. Like all the cave crawling in holes and stuff and splunking, like all that stuff, like was just I'm claustrophobic anyway. Like I hate that stuff. And it just really got to me in the theaters. Um, oh yeah, we get into all that in the unboxing. I already filmed it. Yeah, it's going up. It's going up. Yeah, I wish they would too. I mean, I don't like the movie, but it needs to be on 4K. No, it's gonna be a steelbook. They said it was a steelbook. Oh, David Warner passed away? Is that a new thing? Is that a new thing? Let me pull up Instagram. They always throw dead people my way as soon as I log in. Um, the first movie I remember David Warner in, Secret of the Ooze. And so yeah, I've been watching him since I was 6 at least. Let me check real quick. I hope I'm talking about the right guy. Yeah, I am. He's been yeah, he passed away 3 years ago. Why are you saying RIP to David Warner? Oh god. I can't keep track of who's died and who hasn't. Um, I don't know. I thought the ending was cool when I first saw it. I mean, yeah, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but and I'm not going to give it away here in case you haven't seen it, but I just like how brutal that movie is. And it has such a dark like vibe to it all throughout. I just remember I watched it on DVD for the first time and it was just one of those movies that made me feel very uncomfortable all throughout. And I didn't know quite how to take it. And then the twist at the end, I don't know, I just thought it was really cool. So, it's always just kinda stuck with me. So, I've never had a problem with the ending. Yeah, that's 2002. Oh my goodness, I'm way behind, guys. Summer of '84 does have a 4K. Vinegar Syndrome put it out, I thought. Yeah, you're answering that. Catch Me If You Can supposedly getting a 4K probably this year. Um, if the Leprechaun movies get 4Ks, it'll probably be from Lionsgate. I just don't know if they'll wanna tackle the whole franchise or not. I mean, it took them this long to do Saw. Do you think they're gonna be eager to jump into the Leprechaun movies? I don't know, like, who's the market for the Leprechaun films on 4K. I feel like most people would be like, "I got the $15 Blu-ray set and I'm good." Like, there would be people that would wanna get Leprechaun on 4K, like a singular steelbook probably, but I don't know. I don't know if it would be worth it to do the whole franchise in 4K. Um I don't know. I don't know. I would love to see Leprechaun 3 in 4K, but that's just me personally. All right. You need to get the Retro Realm double pack on Switch. It's got Halloween and Ash. Yeah, I need to get that for sure. Yeah. Yeah, Weapons is really good. Weapons is really good. Um, let's see. Ken, you're too picky. What am I too picky on? Movies or physical media? Yeah, I can be picky sometimes. I was always that guy like back in the day that we'd come out of a movie in the theaters and my friends or my wife or whoever I was seeing the movie with, they would be like, "I loved it. What did you think?" And I would always like have something to say negative about unless it was just a great movie and it was like perfect and I had nothing negative to say. But most of the time I was like, "Yeah, it was okay." And then I would go into like what my problems with it. That's when I knew I should be on YouTube sharing my opinions. I have a critical mind, I guess. Oh my goodness, what is going on? See, the $1.99 super chats do not always pop up on my up top, so I don't see them right away. Honest opinion on Scream Shout Factory. I think they've done a lot of great work. I think this year has been their worst year. It just in terms of the value they're providing, the movie selection, some of the stupid choices they've made that seem to actively work against the market that they should be catering towards, which is the collector market. And I'm not too high on them right now, especially, the Ace Ventura thing really pissed me off. They just phoned that one in. They just it didn't seem like they gave a shit at all with that. Um, I'm excited for End of Days. That's a good one. But as of right now, and this started with The Faculty last year too, because that was an extremely lackluster release, and I was waiting on that for the longest time. But, like, and I was high on Scream Factory 2023. Like, I was probably the highest I'd ever been on them because they were doing some of the best 4Ks. They were doing 4Ks with new features. They were the only label that was doing that at the time, so I remember pointing that out as well. So, when there's stuff to say about Scream Factory, Shout Factory that's positive, I definitely will. But this year, they've just been letting me down, and to be honest, like, because they haven't been putting out a lot of stuff I'm interested in, I haven't been buying a lot of stuff, so I can't even really talk about them all that much because I haven't experienced, like, their 4Ks and how good their transfers have been this year. Because like, I didn't care to pick up Monkey Shine, so maybe that was a great 4K, but I didn't give a shit to get it because I got my umbrella set and I'm fine. Um, so I don't know. I don't know. It feels like they're trending downward, and Shout Factory is good. They've got the Hong Kong deal and they're gonna be fine with that. But it feels like they're losing sight of, Scream Factory. I feel like they're gonna focus less and less on Scream Factory because they see that other labels are just doing the horror genre better at this point. So they've just lost focus and lost maybe motivation to keep it going on a higher level. Because when they started, they were like the only game in town. They were doing all the horror stuff, all the cool stuff. And now it feels like they just kind of gave up a little bit with it. They're just putting out whatever. So, Mama on 4K, like that's the big 4K horror title coming out in September. Like even last year, they had like, I don't know, 6 horror titles come out in September, something like that. Like Stepfather, and they had a lot of good stuff coming out last September. Amityville Horror. October, there was like 7 4K horror titles that came out. And it's like this year, Mama on 4K, and then the month after that, End of Days and Nosferatu. And it's just, and I don't know, they've fallen off. They've fallen off in a big way. But that's my honest opinion. Who wins in a boxing match, Nora or Longlegs? Probably Nora. I feel like she's a little spunkier, even though I like Longlegs better than Nora as far as a movie. Ever gotten into a beef with a content creator? No comments. No comment. Here's my honest answer. I don't get into beefs with anybody. People get into beefs with me. Um, that's all I'll say. I'd like to think I'm cool with everybody, but people, they get into beefs with me. That's all I'll say. I don't care. I could care less. Everybody can do their own thing. It's all good. Opinions on this place stinks. It stinks. Oh, place stinks. I love it. I think it's a great Rocky quote, and it'll live on in infamy for years to come. Thank you all so much. Let me play you one big super chat clip.
She got a great ass, and you got your head all the way up it.
You said it best, Al. All right, where are we at? Say what you will, Carrie. Say what you will. Hey, what's going on, After Hours? How you doing, buddy? Go check out After Hours video. He is on the road to 300 subscribers. You need to help him get there. Go check out his channel. He's doing great stuff over there. Live streams, shorts, all kinds of good stuff. This is a good question. I would. I don't know if the frequency of my videos would be the same, but I would just fall into doing something else. I mean, I would still be. The thing is that physical media went away. My physical media would still be here. I got tons of stuff to talk about back there. A lot of stuff I haven't watched. I could keep this channel going for like another 20 years if I didn't buy anything tomorrow. There's plenty of things that I could talk about that's just in my collection, and I wouldn't have to buy anything else. So yeah, for sure. I mean, I'd just talk about movies and whatever. You know, I could talk about anything, honestly. Maybe I would get into celebrity gossip, and that would be my channel. That could happen. Political stuff, you know. Talk too loud. Honestly, that's like people that are like couples that like think nobody else can hear them, but they're talking like normal. Like they don't whisper. Like that gets on my nerves. Like you'll be right next to them and they'll just be talking like they're the only ones in the theater. I'm like, this is not your living room. This is we're right here. We can hear you. Like at least whisper, you know? So that would be one. That would be one. Guys, we have 260 people in the chat. Have we hit 150 yet? Have we hit 150? No. I'm done. I'm out of here. I'll see you guys later. Can't even hit 150 likes. I'm back. Like and subscribe. Did we hit 150? We just hit 150. Thank you all. Now we can do the next digital code. Is that all it takes? I just have to leave for a second. All right. Sunset Boulevard. So they sent this to me without a slip. Did this come with a slip? Can anybody confirm that it came with a slip? Because I'm kind of just wondering that right now. There you go. Sunset Boulevard, one of the most iconic film noirs of all time. I have seen this movie. It's a great film. And what's good about this is it comes with a Blu-ray and it comes with a 4K, so I can retire my Blu-ray. I can take it off the shelf. So that's a good thing, guys. But I'm disappointed. No slip. No slip. but I still had to dip. That scare you guys? I got a lot of images just floating around. Um, I don't think it's a new transfer. I'm not even convinced that that's actually coming out. It's on the slate though. It's supposed to come out like September the 17th. It's on the Blu-ray .com calendar. So yeah. One Crazy Summer has a Warner Archive, doesn't it? I need to get that. Maybe I should pair it with another film from 1985, Summer Rental, with John Candy. Yeah, I saw that for like $10. I should have got it when it was on Amazon. I didn't know. Yeah, they did that on Blu-ray. I never picked it up because I thought eventually they would do a 4K, but that's a great film. That is a great film. I haven't seen Legends of the Fall. I never picked up that 4K. Did I say I was taking my pants off? Most of the time they're already off, LA Jewel. So I can't take if I take anything else off, I'm gonna be sitting in this chair bare ass, and I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. Gary, you should have loved that. I'm still not convinced you actually watched it, but you broke my heart when you watched that and you said you hated it. I hope you know that. You broke my heart that day. Because you should have loved it. Screen Factory needs to release The Burbs on 4K with the Steelbook. Um, yeah, I'm glad I've never seen it, to be honest. I don't have any desire to. I just don't care to see sequels that just ruin the first ones. It's like I just don't care, you know. I don't need to see that. So that's good you found it for that cheap. I think I paid $16 on Amazon for it back in the day. I did. There's actually a video of that up 10 years ago. So that did happen. You're right about that. Sweet. Um, Take her easy. I try to read the chat. I try to, but I've missed some stuff tonight. I can't, like I said, I can't get to everything. There's 242 people in here, which I'm very thankful for, by the way. Thank you all so much for spending your Wednesday evening with me. Thank you all. But it does make things difficult. Like I said, I'm not operating at 100%. I'm like 75, and I'm hoping when I wake up tomorrow I'm not 50. I think I might be. I love Creepshow too. I'm not gonna say it's better than the first, but it's the one I grew up with, so it's the one I'm the most nostalgic for. So I'm super excited for the 4K. Love Sing Street, nice. Yeah, I haven't played any Resident Evil games since the fifth one. That's the last one I played. Yeah, Dead Space is the shit. Dead Space 2 is awesome also. And I never played the third one. Never did. Sweet. I bought the Karate Kid Legends 4K only. Well, I mean, if you already had the first three, I mean, I talk about this all in my video, but it's that box set was for next Karate Kid fans. You know, I've got nostalgia for that movie, so I got the box set just because of that. Um, and it was a cool ass box set. Like, there's some shit that box set does that I didn't know when I opened it, and I was freaking out about it. So yeah, I'm glad I got it. Well, hopefully they're packing it up nicely and they're not just throwing it in a paper bag like mine. Because I got it on release day, probably because they were just threw it in a bag and shipped it. Didn't care. Is there a new one, Adrian? I mean, sure. I can't say I'm like looking forward to it, but I'll check it out. We'll talk about that in my video. It'll be up on Friday. I'll do my Karate Kid video Friday. Well, that wouldn't make any dissent or any sense. A clockwork image. Yeah, that's the home. Click on that. That's not a teaser. That's actual release that they put up for pre-order. It's a new movie with Pete Davidson from the creator of The Purge. So that's not a teaser. That's just a movie that's up for pre-order. I've got a steelbook for Buried. I haven't seen that one though. Yeah, I did. He died 3 years ago. Which Star Wars was he in? Was he in Attack of the Clones? Which one was he in? Yeah, it was a good one. Yeah, like that kind of sets the tone for the entire film. Oh my god, there's those slip covers are like just chef's kiss. Oh my god, I was freaking out about them. They're so nice, especially the one for the next Karate Kid because it's like hot pink and it's like friggin' it's beautiful. It's beautiful. So I'm gonna drop some knowledge here right now. Live, 247 people are watching. My gaming channel has been created. It is created. I'm not gonna tell anybody the name, but it's created. Okay. And I'm gonna do it up right. Okay. I'm gonna do it up right. I'm gonna get things ready and it's coming 2026. Okay, but it's already created. It's done. It's created. So and that channel, it's gonna have 1, 2, maybe 3 videos a month. It's not gonna be a super active channel, um, but I wanna talk about some games again, and I don't wanna do it on this channel because this is a movie primarily, like, movie, physical media channel, and I don't wanna, like, turn people off that don't wanna listen to me talk about video games, so, I mean, I can do that sometimes on live streams and stuff, but making dedicated videos on video games on this channel would probably hurt it. And so I'm just gonna create another channel to be able to talk about video games, whatever. It's mostly gonna be old stuff. I'm not gonna talk about a lot of new games. Um, so that'll be another difference as well. Uh, yeah, I mean they've announced everything, right? December. They just announced their December slates. So yeah, that'll be that's kind of strange. So I guess Lionsgate the Dogma 4K from Lionsgate, because didn't they promise that was gonna be this year, November, December? Or Kevin Smith did, actually. So I guess Lionsgate will announce theirs for probably December, and then maybe Umbrella will announce theirs for January or something. But Umbrella announces stuff so far out, so you might see the announcement for Dogma before you see the announcement from Lionsgate, but Lionsgate's will come this year and Umbrella will come next year. Yeah, that's interesting. I've heard that they're gonna do it. I've heard they're gonna do it. I can't say I'm excited for it. I haven't seen any Tron movie, and yeah, Jared Leto being in something doesn't exactly scream must see to me. So yeah, I'll wait for the reviews. I do want to watch the Tron films and maybe go take my son to see it. I think he'd be entertained by it. Yeah, that's the Adam Green movie. I watched that on Netflix way back in the day. That was one of the first movies I remember watching on Netflix. Yeah, I remember liking it though. Um, I do wanna see Sisu too. I like the first one a lot. I haven't seen anything about the new Deathstalker movie, though. Alright. Yes, picky on the comments, this dumbbell. Um There's a new Leprechaun. I didn't even know there was a new Leprechaun movie. I have no idea. Is Shout gonna announce some stuff on Monday? Shout better bring some heat. I mean, they gotta do something, you know. Like I said, they're focused on the Hong Kong stuff, Shout is. Like they're and the blaxploitation stuff, like they've done some great stuff this year. It just hasn't been with Scream Factory. But Shout Factory's done some good stuff. And I mean, the Hong Kong stuff's gonna be huge for them. I'd say next to horror, like that's the most wanted active genre in physical media is like Hong Kong cinema. Um, so they'll do good with that for sure. And I think that's going to be their focus moving forward. And Scream Factory is just going to kind of fall by the wayside. That's my opinion, though. Maybe next year Scream Factory will pick it up and they'll be the most active they've ever been. Let's see. Picky about movies. You didn't like Hard Eyes. You didn't like Drop. You didn't like The Monkey. I like all those. I'm not picky. I just kind of just movies just hit me a certain way, and I don't know. I don't know. Like The Monkey was fine in the beginning. I didn't like the second half. I don't know. I didn't like the way they laid everything out. Like half the movie with the kids, half the movie with the adults. I don't know. I just thought it should have been structured a little bit differently. But Hard Eyes was just goofy. Drop, they spoiled everything in the trailer, so I knew everything that was gonna happen. So it's like nothing was a surprise. So it's like that sucks when you're watching a thriller. I don't know. I thought the ending was kind of lame too. Well, it's about time. LA Jewel says Monkey. See, it might be like I said, they could be doing great work in 4K. I just haven't bought enough to know. Like last year, I had a better opinion of Screen Factory because I bought everything. This year, it's like they're just not like Monkey Shines. I just don't need that on 4K. I just don't. If they announce an Ernest collection, they would be my favorite label of the year. Whoever puts that out is my favorite label of the year, probably of the decade. Okay. I would do anything for that. Anything. Yeah, I'm sure that's great. I'm sure that's great. I like Idle Hands a lot. I actually watched that last year with my wife because she hadn't seen it in a while, and we watched it. And I watched it when the Scream Factory came out. I've seen it a few times for the past few years. The movie ages really well. It's a really fun horror comedy. So yeah, I like Idle Hands. That's how you handle comedy and horror is Idle Hands. Like you perfectly blend the two. Whereas Hard Eyes, horror, comedy, no attempt to even mix them together. It just feels extremely disjointed and jarring. Um, I don't like to stir the pot, but you know, I just like to do my own thing and just try to be decent and good to people around me. And people are always, I just give my opinion. Like that's the only thing I do. And it seems to ruffle people's feathers when I give an opinion. It's like, shocker, I've got a channel and I give an opinion, just like everybody else on this freaking platform. But that's like the worst thing in the world, apparently, to have an opinion about something. I don't know. I don't know. Well, I appreciate that. I appreciate that. I try to be cool with everybody. Like I said, people they just come at me for no reason. You know, I'm just doing my own thing over here. Laren's here. Laren, I wonder if part of the issue of Scream Factory is running out of titles to release. They've done a lot of bigger titles and maybe some rights issues. Others, yeah, I mean, I think that is an issue. And like I said, I think that comes down to like they just don't. They're just losing everything. There's too much competition now. They didn't have any competition. They were just wide open back in the early to mid 2010s. Do whatever they want. They just ran. They just ran this shit. Just ran the house. Now they got all kinds of competition from everywhere, and everybody's competing for these, obscure horror titles and even mainstream horror titles as well. Um, so yeah, it's I just think they've gotten to the point where they just kind of gave up. They're like, we're gonna put out what we can, and it just is what it is. So I don't know. No problem, man. No problem. Isn't that coming out from Synops Red Shirt, or was that the sequel? Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm aware of that. Um, yeah, he worked at Scream Factory, and he's definitely trying to get because Arrow Video for a little bit was getting away from horror, not doing as much. Now it feels like they've embraced it again, and I think it is because of Cliff. Um, they've always done horror titles, but it just felt like they were doing more regular types of movies, like non-horror stuff. Fortunately, I don't have too many issues with that, but yeah. Yeah, I'm happy about the 4K finally getting announced because now I can get that Criterion. I never bought the Blu-ray because I knew they were gonna do a 4K of it. Oh, shit. Yeah, 4K. You didn't know about that, Michael? It's coming. They just announced it. Yeah, they just sent it to me with no slip. No slip. It's alright. It's alright. I'll be okay. I just eBay it for $100 or something. Just joking, I would never do that. We get all kinds of people in the comment section. "Ken's so stupid, he's gonna buy a slip cover for $100 off eBay. What a dumbass. He only cares about artwork and cardboard." Sorry, guys. Um, Everybody always asking about Rise of the Machines on 4K. I do not like that movie. I never care. I don't care if that ever comes to 4K, to be honest. Um, yeah, I don't care if that ever comes to 4K. Yeah, I need to watch it for sure. It's the most people I've had in a live stream. I mean, I used to have 9 or 10 people in a live stream every month on this channel for the monthly roundtables. I did those for what, 2.5 years straight. Um, maybe someday they'll come back. Maybe. But yeah, I used to do 9 or 10 people panels every month. Every month. What a great time, in the YouTube physical media world. I'm nostalgic for that era now. We need to bring it back. Let's see. Yeah, The Offspring, yeah, again, that was cool. Oh, I totally get it. I totally get it. Totally get it. Yeah, I'm looking forward to checking it out. Bonus Level Media, that's a good name. It's a good name. I will say I kept one of the words in my current channel name. I kept one of the words, but the other 2 are different. Yeah, I got the Lost in Space 4K, hoping to have a review up for that next Tuesday, maybe. Oh, yeah, I would love to do, like I'll do, like, playthroughs, just, like, chill live streams where I'm just, like, live streaming and playing video games. I'll do that kinda stuff for sure, once I figure out how to do it. Yeah, I'm gonna get that at some point. I'll probably wait for a Kino sale for the Rundown 4K. I can't grab all the Kinos, but I'll probably wait till a sale to get it. Yeah, it started off okay. I like Jordana Brewster and, Devin Sawa was in it, but it just went off a cliff pretty quick for me. Yeah, it's Disney, so it, yeah, I mean, I like my fair share of shitty movies. I like my fair share of shitty movies. I'd say it's pretty high that it's a chunky. I'd say it's pretty high. Yeah. Yeah, it wasn't great. Alright, where am I at, guys? Am I getting to the end? Yeah, well, I mean, we kinda did. We kinda got volume 6 with the Karate Kid set. It's basically the same thing as those Columbia Classics box sets. It's the same type of box set. That's another reason why I wanted it, only it does something different. Alright? It does something different. Look, I'm going to give you guys a live stream exclusive real quick. I don't care if I've got a video coming showing this off. I got to do it again. There's other stuff I talk about in this video. Let me make sure I'm opening this right. Look at this, guys. Let me move this comment. This is a Karate Kid set. Look at that. They got a 3D pop-up. Look at that. Of the ending of the crane kick. It's incredible. I had to have it. It will be mine. It will be mine. Yeah, Screen Factory could put that out at some point. All I can do is try. All I can do is try. Try my best. That's all I've ever done since I've started this channel. Well, I mean, I think it's important that if you're gonna be on YouTube and you're serious, you gotta have an opinion and you gotta voice it. You have to. That's the only way this works. Nobody cares about artificial cookie cutter opinions. Like you can get that anywhere. That YouTube works because it's like real people with no filter giving real honest thoughts and opinions, you know? So I don't know. But because of that, you're going to say things wrong. You're going to put stuff out there that people take the wrong way. And that's just a part of it, you know? I try my best. And I mean no harm to anybody out there with my opinions. I just tell you all what I think, and you can take that and twist it however you want to twist it, but I'm just trying to give my opinions here. That's it. Yeah, I ordered that. I did order that. I appreciate that, Josh. I need the slip, you know. I can't review it properly if I don't have a slip. I just can't, you know. A lot of people say the movie matters the most, the 4K matters the most, special features. It's the cardboard, guys. You know it's the cardboard. We all know it's the cardboard. Like Better Off Dead will get a 10 out of 10 because I got a nice crispy slip. Sunset Boulevard, it's not it'll barely crack a 7 out of 10 without a slip cover. That's real. I think you are the only one, Shaw. You're the only one in the world. It'll be Paramount, I think, that does the Friday movies. I could see Paramount maybe doing a box set at some point. But there's a lot of stuff going on with Paramount right now. Like the studios, didn't they get bought out or something? Like I don't know. I don't feel like the Paramount today is the Paramount of 2 years ago. I don't even know if we're getting a Paramount Scares Volume 3 this year. So who knows? Yeah, for sure. I think they should be on 4K. I'm not like I would rather them go like redo Terminator 2 and then they could do Terminator 3. Well, when you do those, you know, you have to show the movie. I don't know what you're talking about. You talking about the videos where you show the movie and you're reacting to it, or like just me sitting here watching a movie? I've just never really liked doing those, like watch alongs and stuff like that. I mean, I've done them on other people's channels before, and you know, they're fun sometimes. But like me by myself doing it, like I would just be sitting here not talking. And if I show the movie, like it's gonna get taken down like immediately. Like in some cases, like a stream will just get straight up stopped if I'm showing the movie on there. So I can't really do that on here, at least. I appreciate that, Patrick. Yeah, I just give you all the opinions from a mid-level perspective, right? That's the name of the channel. My channel name implies that I am nobody special. I'm just a person that loves this collecting hobby and movies, and I just decided to press record on my phone one day and start shooting videos. Anybody can do what I do. Anybody. You can do it right now and not start uploading. There's nothing special about what I do. I don't have any like super duper like um technical hardware or editing software or anything like that. I just turn on my camera and I film videos and I can go live on my laptop. I've got the same laptop right here that I had 5 years ago. I bought this 5 years ago. And it was the very first live stream I did on the channel. I did on this laptop. I've upgraded mics and stuff like that, and I've gotten a new phone, but it's it's not difficult to do. Like anybody could do this. I'm nobody. That's the whole idea of the channel, of me in general. Let's see. All right, we're gonna be wrapping it up pretty soon here, guys. I'm going on 2 hours. I didn't think I was gonna be able to go past an hour, honestly. I see. I'll be honest, it's a little bit tough to close because you gotta like get it just right. But it's a cool gimmick though. Yeah, it feels like it. Yeah, Skydance, yeah. And then I feel like I heard they were gonna close their physical media division down too. So that's crazy. I appreciate that, William. I mean, yeah, all that back there is just slip covers. All the cases have been thrown away. All the discs have been thrown out. I just want the packaging, you know? I mean, they started to re-release the steel books like singular for the first one and the last one, which is very weird, but they didn't do the three in the middle. So I don't know. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of what I used to do was like summits, roundtables, but I did them every single month. Yeah, I would love to do them again. I think it would be interesting now because I feel like a lot of people has just got a different outlook and perspective on this hobby, on like what's going on, and it probably would be interesting, you know, to do them now because it's been almost 2 years since I've done a roundtable, which is crazy, freaking crazy. Time flies. But I had a lot of life changes, and I just don't have the time like I used to. Used to have a lot more time. What's your favorite chunky from Arrow and why is it Tremors or Conan? I mean, those are up there for sure. Tremors is one of the best. Um, but you know what? I'm gonna go back to the first one I ever bought, and it just turned me on to Arrow like immediately. It was the first ever chunky box I got. Waterworld on Blu-ray. I think I bought that in 2017, 2018, and it blew me away. I was like, this comes with a poster, a booklet, freaking all the cuts of the movie. Like, this is so freaking awesome. And I was such a big fan of Waterworld. And of course, that's got a 4K now, but the Blu-ray hard box will always be special to me. So I'll say that one just for nostalgic reasons. Well, yeah, I mean that goes back to not. I don't think I have any charisma at all, honestly. That's just my perception, but I have an opinion and I have something to say, and I think you have to have something to say to be on here. You know, if you don't, then you're not gonna find your audience because people want those authentic voices that are gonna be interesting, I guess. You know, you have to be interesting. Um, that's not true. Rambo 2 is a fun war film. None of them are as good as the first one. I mean, you tell me Last Blood's like the weakest one of the whole franchise. Um, I mean, the first one's like one of the best movies of the '80s. Like, but the second one's good. I like the third one a lot too. I think I like the third one better than the second one. And Rambo 2008, I think is okay. I don't love it though. I think it's okay. It's a good movie though. It's a good movie. You think? You think so? There's been a lot of great sales for sure. Uncle Peckerhead. Well, I appreciate that. I just I don't aim to be relatable. I don't aim to be anything. I just try you have to be yourself, you know. You have to be yourself. And I try to be myself. I don't because that's all I can be, right? You know. You can't do live streams for almost 2 hours acting like a character. Like you have to there has to be yourself. You can do it for like a 15-minute video, but like in the live streams, like you have no safety net. Like you have to be yourself. So I feel like more of myself comes out in these live streams than they do in the videos probably, but um let's see. Yeah, I try to be interesting. Try to be interesting. We're all just talking about the same shit, right? Movies and discs and packaging. We're all unboxing the same shit. So it really is like your personality, your opinions, and just what you bring to it that matters the most when it comes to this stuff. Because otherwise, like, why would anybody watch you if you're just doing the same shit that the other guy's doing? You know, you have to have something, and that something is you. So be yourself. That's the best tip I can give anybody starting a channel. Um, it doesn't when I open it. I have to press the button, but I did that in the video though. I did that in the video. Do you think you and others that talk about physical medias and movies are influencers in some way? Probably, yeah. I mean, I don't like referring to myself as an influencer, but I am on here talking about new releases. I mean, all the time. So I'm sure I'm swaying somebody to buy something, or swaying somebody like one way or the other, whether to buy something or not. So I guess in essence, I'm an influencer, but I never want to feel like I'm like an ad or something. Um, I'm just trying to get on here and talk about this stuff and keep everybody informed and also give my opinion as I see it. And sometimes people don't like that. And it's like I get criticism either way. I can shit on something and everybody comes after me and says, "No, that was great. Your opinion's terrible." Or I can praise something and people will be like, "You're a shill and why are you trying to force people to get this 4K when the Blu-ray just fine?" It's like you can't win. It's like you can shit on something or you can praise something or you can be right in the middle and just have a couple of critiques. It doesn't matter. So it does not benefit you at all to attempt to tell people what you think they want to hear because you could never predict that. So just tell people what you think. And that's the only thing you can do. So that's what I try to do. But I mean, at the end of the day, like sometimes I'm just a mark for this stuff and I love it. So you're gonna see me get excited about like cool packaging and stuff. That's just gonna happen. That's just me. Like I've been that way since I started this channel. So that'll happen. Oh, we're almost at two. Like, give me the 200. We're at 212. We're still holding 212 in here, guys, on a Wednesday night. Ah! Oh my goodness. Um, I mean, I try to keep people engaged. I try to treat this like here's the thing. Collecting and doing this stuff alone, just buying movies, like it can be fun. You know, but, like, sharing the love of movies I don't have anybody to talk about this shit with, you know? I don't go to work and talk about it. If I start talking about my movies at work, like, people look at me like I'm crazy, like, "Oh, that's cool. You got a bunch of movies? And they'll be, like, talking about whatever random movie they watched on Netflix the night before. Like, they're not passionate about this stuff. So I can't talk to people about that. I try to talk to my wife about it. She entertains it, you know, for a little bit. But it's like I don't have an outlet for this. That's why I started this whole channel. So I could talk about movies, you know, and physical media and just my love for all this. And yeah, it's snowballed and I've bought way more than I probably need, but it's been a hell of a fun time. And I've had fun doing this and talking to you guys and getting all the interactions. And It's just been fun. Like, it's not again, it's not fun when you're by yourself. And I hope that maybe I've, opened up other people to be able to share the hobby, like, in the comment section. Maybe you don't feel comfortable getting on camera or nothing, but, um, you feel comfortable coming in here, sharing your opinions, talking, having a good time, and just sharing our love for this stuff. Like, that's what it's all about. So, I don't know. I don't even know what I just said, but I tried to say something profound and important, and hopefully it translated, but probably not. Um, I didn't really need you're an influencer, that's perfectly fine. Yeah, I mean, where I draw the line between influencer and I guess, like, commentator or critic, if you even wanna call me that, the influencer is more like, you know, short TikTok ad type stuff. Like, there's a lot of people that'll just be like, "Better Off Dead is coming to 4K on August the 5th. Get your copy today." Which I've done that kind of stuff, like in a short. But I'll eventually make a video, either a review or a sit down where I'm just showcasing all this stuff and then give more in-depth thoughts. That's the difference, right? I see the influencer as the person that's just taking the picture, sharing it on Instagram, just letting people know it's available, and then they're done. They've done their job. I see that as more as of the influencer. The critic or commentator is the person that boots up the camera, watches it, watches the movie, um, dives into special features, all that stuff, and then gets on camera and shares their thoughts on the release in an honest way. And maybe that's positive, maybe that's in the middle, maybe that's negative, but they're sharing thoughts, actually providing commentary or criticism on the release. And I do that in like every video I do. Even the physical media report, like I commentate and critique on stuff that's not even been released yet, stuff that's coming out months to come. So to me, there is a line and a difference, but also they kind of blur. The critic or commentator can be the influencer and vice versa. Um, but I don't know. It's just the way I see things. Hollywood today is really lacking creativity in movies now at all, just remakes and comic book movies. I mean, there's a lot of creativity out there, but the mainstream stuff is all remakes and stuff. I mean, it's just not mainstream anymore. And we just don't get actual like movies with just real people, just like dramas. Dramas used to rule the box office. Forrest Gump was like one of the highest grossing films of all time. It's like we just don't get movies like that anymore. That's what I miss. Like those types of movies that would do really well and everybody would talk about them, you know. Let's see. I don't know what's coming out. The Conjuring 4? I don't even know the horror slate for the rest of the year, Aaron. I'm sorry. Yeah, I mean, you got to. You've been on here for 6 years. You gotta develop some sort of thick skin. Yeah, and there's a lot of people that reached out to me and they said, I thought Tommy Boy looked great on 4K. You're wrong. And that's okay. I just gave my opinion, what I thought about it. You can agree, you can disagree, but it's my opinion. It's my honest thoughts and opinion from how I saw it. So that's what I said, you know. How long has this stream been up? It's been up for almost 2 hours, buddy. But you can watch the replay. You can go straight back and rewatch everything. We talked about a lot of cool stuff, you know. Yeah, I can get a little frustrating sometimes. I mean, most people like this stuff has just become so disposable for most people. Like movies have just lost their value to everybody. because everything's just been like so accessible on streaming services for so long now. What has it been like 15 years since Netflix first launched a streaming service and then Hulu and everybody else? And I mean, I could go on a rant about this or just talk about it, but nobody sees the value in anything anymore. Nobody wants to pay for anything anymore either. Um, it's like that movie's 30 bucks on 4K. Hell no, I'll just stream it, you know. And I'm talking about the mainstream audience. I'm not talking people that are in this hobby, obviously. There's people that complain about prices, and rightfully so in some cases. Um, but like the general public, I heard people in Target, this was like 2 years ago when Halloween Ends came out. They're like, "Oh, it's the new Halloween film." And they were just like, "Oh, 30 bucks for that? For the 4K? I'll just watch it on Peacock." And then they just walked off. And that's most people's mindsets. They don't care to go to the store anymore and buy like because people were buying DVDs for 20 bucks and 25 bucks back in the 2000s and 2010s. And like now, people's thoughts on film and just the value that it holds for them is just so much less than it was 10 years ago because of streaming, because they just think of movies as disposable content. It's not films anymore. It's just disposable crap that they can just watch and forget about in the next 2 days. And even if they love it, they're not gonna buy it because there's just so much other stuff to watch. You know, they don't care about rewatching things. That's the new generation too. They don't care about rewatching things. Think about how many movies we watched over and over again growing up. Like that's how we got into movies and that's how we grew to love them so much. Nobody does that now as far as like the younger generation. So it's just the mindset has shifted dramatically. And I watch streaming all the time. I watch streaming. I don't hate on streaming. Streaming's great for some things, but it has lowered the value of film and movies drastically, and people just don't see it in the same way anymore. They just don't. Shit. Let's see. What's up, Joe? I can't wait either. Tomorrow, guys, I am going to, now that you mentioned Elm Street box set, I'm going to be putting up a video about my 25 most anticipated horror titles coming in the fall. And I did that in 2022 and 2023. I didn't do it last year. I think I did it on a live stream last year, but I'm bringing that back this year because there was I think like 20. There was a few titles to talk about, so I made a list of 25, and I'm gonna put that video out tomorrow. Um, who put that out? I didn't even see. Was that announced? Yeah, yeah. I try not to. I try not to. Feel like as soon as I hear someone refer to him or himself as an influencer, I think two things. Probably wouldn't like, not down to earth, doesn't do much of anything. Yeah, yeah. And I mean, still, guys, look, I make money off of monetization and things like that, but I still have a job. Like, this is not my job. This is still very much a hobby for me to do this and live streams and videos and stuff like that. And that's on top of my full time job and other stuff I got going on. So this is not my career path. This is what I do for what's supposed to be fun, you know, and sometimes it is. A lot of times it is, but sometimes it's not. But that's okay. Good Boy, I'm excited for that. That's an interesting premise. Black Phone, I did not like the Black Phone. I thought it was okay, but I'll check out Black Phone too. Keeper, Osgood Perkins. I'm hoping he can bring himself back after the monkey because I like long legs, but I don't know. Yeah. I heard some in being into why do still sell standards DVDs? How do you feel about DVDs in 2025? I mean, it's still, 50% of the market. So, I mean, that's why they still sell them. But, my thought is I'm glad it's an option for people that still have DVD players and still don't care about watching stuff on DVD. I'm glad it's still an option. It's still physical media, it's still ownership. So I'm glad it still exists. Um, I want all the major formats, DVD, Blu-ray, 4K. You know, if they're still selling, why not have them all? Yeah, I want to see him and the long walk. The long walk I'm looking forward to too. Saw 11's not coming though. That's not coming out. Um, Paget, yeah, Roadhouse is great. I love Roadhouse. Yeah. No, they don't care about older stuff. I mean, I've been watching movies with my son. I try to, and he's interested in some of them. So I'm trying. I'm trying. Yeah, but it's easier said than done, Travis. I mean, you can only take your kids so far. Eventually they got to make their own decisions and they got to forge their own path. And if they're not into it, if that's not the way of the world, then you can do what you can try all you want, but eventually they're just going to rebel. In some areas it's increased. And I'm not really even arguing the quality of the movies and the TV shows. I'm just there's still quality stuff. I'm just saying that people don't see it as valuable. You know, that's why they're not willing to pay an extra $2 a month for the streaming service. When you get a streaming service for 10 bucks, you're watching all this content for $10 a month, you know. Then it gets up to 12 and people are upset because they don't want to pay for it, you know, which is understandable. It was 10 bucks and now it's 12 and that's just the model of streaming. I mean, and people got to have 15 different apps now to watch everything they want to watch. So if you have all those apps, you're basically paying more than we pay back in the day for cable. But people were paying like to have all the channels, HBO and all that. People were paying $150, $200 a month to get all that stuff back in the 90s. So it's kind of similar, but it was supposed to be cheaper. That was the model. And now it's turning on people. Um, so I don't know. Well, Michelle, that'll probably run you about 500, won't it? I think he's pretty expensive. Exactly. I'm like a drug dealer. That's what I am. Sweet. Hope you enjoy it, man. Moving into your own apartment's awesome. Yeah, Patrick Swayze's the GOAT. He is the GOAT. Yeah, I'm getting Airplane too. Um, yeah, I never beg you guys to use my affiliate links. I just ask. I ask. Because why not? I got them. Might as well ask. Um, but yeah, I try not to push them too much. Yeah, that's definitely on my list, that I'm gonna put out tomorrow. It is. I talk about Gone with the Wind in an upcoming video, so stay tuned. Yeah, for sure. For sure. Ah, I don't know. He would do it. He would watch it with me. Um, because he's a really nice kid and he would entertain that. You know, he would sit down and watch it, but at the end he'd be like, "Nah, bro, I wasn't into that." Or maybe he'd love it. I don't know. I don't know if that would be the first one. I would probably introduce Liberty Valance to him first. But I like to watch Psycho with him. I want to try to watch some of the horror classics with him this October because I think he's ready. Um, but all right, guys, we're done. Okay, we're done because this is the last comment that I'm going to put on here from Balulu. I ate a rock, and that's a comment to end the stream on. It just is. Thank you all so much for watching me tonight. I hope you enjoyed this live stream. I enjoyed being here with you guys. I did. There's still 213 people watching, and I appreciate it. Yeah, Universal Horror is great as well. That's the last comment. Well, actually, Michelle, that's the last comment. Hope you feel better. I hope I feel better too. Hopefully I wake up tomorrow and I feel better than I did today. That never happens. Usually you always feel worse. All right. Thank you all for watching. Like the stream if you haven't yet. Leave me a comment. Please use my affiliate links. I'm begging you. I'm just joking, guys. Don't make a video about me. And I'll see you guys later.